what's up YouTube? This is Chris, and of course this is my channel, Barn on 11970. Thank you as always for checking out my video, and we're going to talk a little bit about gold and silver today. Gold and silver made some nice moves today. You're looking at gold roughly up about almost $30 right now at $12.32, so that's a nice jump. Whether it stays over 1200 remains to be seen at this point. Just keep in mind manipulation does go up and down, so don't get overly excited about this at the moment. We see silver over $17 right now, up 76 cents at $17.12. And it's actually funny because I thought when we got that dip on that Sunday after that Swedish referendum, I was expecting another dip. So this really, to me, shows that people are making some purchases and thought that was a bottom price. So some people could have missed a very big opportunity on that day. So I guess, again, that remains to be seen. But we're seeing, you know, just about a week ago, silver was at 14.5, and now it's at over 17. That's a pretty big jump. So we see moves in platinum up about 17, and palladium still hanging strong, over $800 an ounce at 809. But basically what they're saying right now is this is the reason why precious metals went up, and I find this so funny. But I will post the link so you guys can check it out yourself because I'm not going to read the whole article. Gold staged an impressive rally on Tuesday as fresh global anxiety prompted a sell-off in equities and another round of stimulus speculation. So they just have to talk about speculation of a stimulus program, you know, quantitative easing or quote-unquote money printing, and people overreact. All right, so let's continue with this. Bullion for February delivery on the COMEX division of the New York Mercantile Exchange closed up 37.10 or 3.1% at $1,232 per ounce. Trade range from $1,199 to about $1,239. And this is in quotes. Precious metals recovered strongly as the dollar sold off. As a dollar sell-off fueled a strong rally in gold and other precious metals markets, quote-unquote, ANZ research said. And in quotes, gold rebounded on speculation that European and Asian central banks will increase stimulus measures. Investors are increasingly wary that the recovery in the U.S. will offset the slowdown in the major economies, end quote. Okay, so as you could see, gold and silver reacts to speculation of panic of an economy. And they're actually basing it on the fact that the U.S. has a strong economy, which I find that funny when we are $18 trillion in debt. We have over 40 million people on a food stamp program. The majority of our jobs have been shipped overseas to China, which last time I checked is a communist nation. So we don't seem to have a problem working with a communist nation as long as it can get us, you know, cheaper DVD players and LCD screen TVs. This is how the market is going to play out. And it's based on a paper game. But you could see just the speculation of talking about quantitative easing or whatever name they want to call it, just continually printing money to devalue currencies to make dollars look strong, or devaluing the dollar to make the euro or the yuan or the yen or whatever currency look strong. It's just a paper manipulation game where they're saying who could sink the fastest or stay afloat the longest. That's the game they're playing. And eventually, people are going to get tired of what's going on. I mean, unfortunately, the average person is too busy worrying about American Idol and other garbage out there. But eventually, when it hits their pocketbooks and they can't afford to buy a loaf of bread anymore because it's way too expensive, they'll do something eventually. So like I've used the analogy of blowing into a balloon. If you blow into a balloon, you know that if you continually pump air into it, it will eventually pop. You just don't know when that's going to happen. So that's one of the reasons why I still, to this day, stack the physical gold and silver, because I hold it for potential problems that are going to be coming down the line. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Now, it's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week. It's most likely not even going to be this year. But if you look at the grand scheme of things in the next 1 to 3 years, maybe even 5 years, and you already have your protection, you don't have to worry, because we've seen with any kind of situation, even something as simple, if you want to consider it simple, as a power outage or a storm that knocks out a whole kind of city or some kind of situation like we had with Hurricane Sandy or other situations, people tend to react last minute, and they will pay the price for that. So the average person that thinks gold and silver physically is a dumb idea, if it comes to the point where you will need it, and it will help you, they're going to be scrambling for whatever little bits they can get, and they're going to be paying a heck of a lot larger prices. And that's why I tell people, trust your own instincts, because I warned people a month ago about what was going to happen that Sunday after the gold referendum vote in Switzerland, how I knew it was going to be a no and how it was going to affect the gold and silver prices. Now, I thought it would actually last longer than a day, so I was actually a little bit shocked about that. But still, if people bought that day, look how much they went up from $14.50 up to over $17 now. Now, I think we have a lot more room to go at this point, but expect more manipulation. But when you're seeing those kind of moves, it's showing that people are starting to become more and more aware, and they're protecting themselves with precious metals. That should speak volumes. I don't know what else to tell people. So, I mean, I base it on what I do. People watch it because they have the same interests as I do. A few people watch it because they're just bored and have too much free time on their hands, and that's why they do negative things instead of helping to unite us all and work together for a great cause. But hey, sometimes people have to do things with their free time. So leave your comments after the beep. Let me know why you stack physical gold and silver, and if you do think it's a good idea, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered. Peace.